the most powerful motivational speeches that I have ever heard. They doubted you, they laughed at you, they said you couldn't do it. Good. Because now you have the greatest fuel in the world, proving them wrong. See, the world is full of people who will try to put limits on you. They'll tell you that you're not smart enough, strong enough, or talented enough. But here's the truth. Those limits, they're not real. They exist only in the minds of those who never dared to chase greatness themselves. What they don't realize is that every time they say, you can't, they're actually handing you a challenge to rise higher, push harder, and show them exactly who you are. Doubt is fuel. Every time someone says you can't do it, they're handing you energy. Every time they laugh, dismiss, or criticize, they're adding more fuel to your fire. Most people let doubt break them. They hear the voices of skeptics, and instead of pushing forward, they stop. They let fear take over. But champions, they take that doubt and turn it into power. When they tell you you're not good enough, work harder. When they say it's impossible, prove that nothing is. Doubt isn't a sign to quit. It's a sign that you're on the edge of something great. Because if people aren't doubting you, you're not dreaming big enough. Think about every legend, every success story. They all had doubters. They all had people who said, you'll never make it. But instead of accepting those words, they let them drive them. They stayed up later. They worked harder. They pushed through the pain. Because when someone tells you that you can't, they're really saying they can't. They're revealing their own limitations, their own fears, their own small way of thinking. But that has nothing to do with you. Their doubt is their problem. Your job is to take it and use it. Picture the moment you succeed. Picture the looks on their faces when they realize they were wrong about you. Not because you argued, not because you needed their approval, but because you refused to quit. Because you took every insult, every rejection, every ounce of doubt, and turned it into unstoppable drive. Let them doubt you. Let them say whatever they want. And then let your results speak so loud that they have no choice but to respect you. Doubt is fuel. Burn it. Limits aren't real. The only real limitations are the ones you accept. People will tell you there's a ceiling to what you can achieve. They'll say you don't have the right background, the right talent, the right resources, but the truth, limits exist only in the mind. The moment you believe in them, they become real. But if you refuse to accept them, they disappear. Look at the people who changed the world. They weren't the ones who played it safe. They weren't the ones who listened when the world told them that's not possible. They were the ones who saw limits and laughed. They were the ones who pushed beyond what anyone thought was realistic because they understood something most people don't. The only thing stopping you is you, not your circumstances, not your past, not the opinions of others, only you. The human mind is the most powerful tool on earth. It can build or destroy. It can push you forward or hold you back. And the moment you decide that there are no limits, the game changes. The obstacles in front of you shrink. The challenges becomes, the impossible becomes possible. Most people quit before they even try. They let fear dictate their lives. They accept failure before they've even started. Not you, not anymore, because today you understand something different. Limits are a lie. The only question is, will you believe in them or will you break through? Rejection isn't the end, it's the beginning. Most people hear no and stop. They take it personally. They let it define them. But rejection isn't failure. Rejection is fuel. Every no is an opportunity to rise higher. Every door that closes is a test to see how bad you want it, a test to see if you're willing to push through, because the truth is rejection only hurts if you let it. It only stops you if you allow it to. But when you shift your mindset, when you see rejection as a challenge instead of a setback, it becomes your greatest weapon. The world is filled with stories of people who were told no over and over again. People who were rejected, doubted, dismissed, but they didn't stop. They didn't let rejection break them. They used it. They let every no sharpen their skills, fuel their hunger, build their resilience. And eventually the same people who rejected them had no choice but to take notice, because success is built on rejection. Every great achiever was once overlooked. Every legend was once told they weren't good enough. But they didn't accept it. They didn't let someone else's opinion define their destiny. They understood that rejection isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. So the next time someone tells you no, don't get discouraged, smile. Because you just got stronger, you just got closer. And the more rejection you face, the bigger your comeback will be. Turn rejection into power and watch how unstoppable you become. Stop waiting for approval. Stop looking for permission to be great. Most people spend their lives chasing validation. They want to be liked. They want to be accepted. They want the world to applaud them before they even take the first step. But that's not how success works. If you live for approval, you'll die by rejection. You'll be a prisoner to opinions that don't matter. You'll hold yourself back, afraid of what people might think. And in the end, you won't live your life, you'll live theirs. The truth is, critics will always be there. Some people will never believe in you. Some will doubt you no matter what you do. And that's okay, because their approval isn't the goal. Their applause isn't what makes you great. Your results do. Your work does. Your persistence, your discipline, your success. That's the real response to every critic, every doubter, every person who ever questioned you. So stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to convince them. Let them doubt you. Let them talk. And while they waste their time watching, you use yours building, because at the end of the day, words mean nothing. Opinions mean nothing. The only thing that matters is what you do. And when you succeed, when you rise above, when you prove to yourself that you never needed their approval in the first place, that's when you win. Talk is cheap. Excuses are worthless. Arguments won't change anything. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to defend your dreams. You don't need to convince anyone of what you're capable of. Just do it. Let your actions speak. Because the truth is, people doubt what they can't see. They don't believe in what they don't understand. They laugh, they criticize, they assume you won't make it until you do. And when you do, there's nothing left to say. No words, no opinions, no criticism can stand against undeniable results. So don't waste your energy arguing. Don't waste your breath trying to change their minds. While they talk, you work. While they doubt, you grind. While they wait for you to fail, you push forward, relentless, unstoppable, focused, because every second spent proving yourself with words is a second stolen from your progress. And you don't have time for that. The best way to silence the doubters is to give them nothing to doubt. The best way to shut them down is to give them nothing to say. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them assume you won't make it. And then show them what happens when someone refuses to quit. Show them what happens when someone turns every doubt, every insult, every criticism into fuel. Success doesn't come from explaining. It doesn't come from arguing. It comes from showing up, putting in the work, and delivering results so powerful that no one can ignore them. One day they'll look back at everything they said about you, and they'll realize they were wrong, not because you told them, but because you showed them. History is on your side. Every great success story started with someone being underestimated, someone being told they weren't good enough, someone being laughed at, ignored, or counted out before they even had a chance to prove themselves. But here's the thing about history. It doesn't remember the critics. It doesn't remember the doubters, the naysayers, the ones who said it can't be done. History remembers the ones who proved them wrong, the ones who kept going when everyone else quit, the ones who turned rejection into resilience, failure into fuel, and doubt into determination. Think about it. Every legend was once a nobody. Every world changer was once just a person with a dream and 1,000 reasons to give up. They had obstacles, they had setbacks, they had people telling them to stop, to be realistic, to settle for less. But they didn't listen. They didn't let the opinions of small minds shape the size of their future. They didn't let fear keep them from stepping into their destiny. And because of that, they made history. Now it's your turn. Right now, someone is doubting you. Someone is expecting you to fail. Someone is betting that you won't follow through. Let them. Because what they don't realize is that they're setting the stage for your comeback. They're writing the first chapter of your success story. They're giving you the exact reason you need to push harder, dig deeper, and rise higher than ever before. So the next time you feel underestimated, smile. The next time someone doubts you, say thank you. Because history is on your side, and one day when they look back, they won't remember what they said about you. They'll remember what you did. Stay focused. There will always be distractions. There will always be negativity, drama, and people trying to pull you off track. Ignore it. You don't have time for doubt. You don't have time for meaningless arguments. You don't have time for people who don't believe in you. Every second spent on negativity is a second stolen from your future. Every moment spent worrying about what others think is energy taken away from your growth. Your mind is your most powerful tool, and where you place your focus will determine your results. So focus on what moves you forward. Focus on your vision. Focus on your goals. Because the truth is, most people never reach their full potential, not because they're not capable, but because they're too distracted. They waste time watching others instead of building themselves. They get caught up in small battles instead of fighting for the big dream. Not you, not anymore. Your future's too important. Your dreams are too valuable. And the only way you reach them is by guarding your energy, protecting your mind, and staying locked in on your path. So let the negativity exist. Just don't let it exist in your space. Let others talk. Let them doubt. Let them criticize. But you stay focused. Because the more you tune out the noise, the more you hear your own power. The more you shut out distractions, the clearer your vision becomes. And the clearer your vision, the faster you grow. So from this moment forward, nothing gets your energy unless it helps you move forward. Nothing gets your attention unless it pushes you toward your goals. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is worth your focus if it pulls you away from the person you are becoming. Embrace the hard times. They are not here to break you, they are here to build you. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of struggle is shaping you into something stronger. Most people run from difficulty. They see obstacles as signs to stop. They let failure convince them that they're not meant for greatness. But that's not you. You don't fear the struggle. You don't back down when things get tough because you understand something they don't. Strength is only built through resistance. Growth only happens through pressure. A muscle doesn't grow unless it's challenged. A champion isn't made without hardship. And every great success story is filled with moments where quitting seemed like the easiest option. But they didn't quit. And neither will you. Because these hard times, they are the fire that will forge you. They are the test that will separate you from the rest. They are the reason you will rise while others stay stuck. So when life knocks you down, get up stronger. When the road gets rough, push forward harder. When it feels like nothing is going your way, remind yourself. This is where real strength is built. This is where champions are made, not in comfort, not in ease, but in struggle, in adversity, in the moments when everything in you wants to give up, but you don't. Because you know that every setback, every challenge is carving out the warrior inside you. And one day when you look back, you won't remember the pain. You'll remember the power you found in yourself. So embrace the hard times because they are making you unstoppable. Work in silence. Let them doubt you. Let them talk. Let them assume you're not doing enough. Because while they waste time watching, you're building. While they gossip, you grind. While they wait for something to happen, you making it happen. Success doesn't come from announcing your plans. It doesn't come from proving yourself to people who don't believe in you. It comes from the work you do when nobody's watching. It comes from the hours you put in when the world is asleep. It comes from the discipline to keep going when no one is clapping, when no one sees, when no one believes but you. Most people need validation. They need recognition before they've even done the work. And that's why they never make it. because they focus more on being seen than on becoming great. Not you. You don't need to be seen right now. You don't need to prove anything with words, because soon enough, your results will be so undeniable that no one will be able to ignore them. The doubters, they won't have anything left to say. The critics, they'll go silent, because success speaks louder than words. And when you stay focused, when you stay locked in, when you let your work do the talking, that's when the world takes notice. So don't waste energy trying to convince anyone. Don't waste time trying to explain yourself. Just put your head down and work, because soon they won't just see the results, they'll feel them. Success is the ultimate revenge. Nothing is more satisfying than proving the doubters wrong. Nothing feels better than showing the ones who said you couldn't that you did, because they never believed in you. They laughed, they criticized, they said you didn't have what it takes. And maybe for a moment, you even started to believe them. Maybe their words got inside your head. Maybe the doubt crept in. But instead of breaking you, it built you. Instead of stopping you, it fueled you. You turned their doubt into determination. You took every insult, every rejection, every moment they counted you out, and you turned it into power. You worked in silence. You stayed focused. You put in the hours, the sweat, the sacrifice. And now they see you. Now they have no choice but to recognize what you've done. Because success speaks louder than words. It drowns out the noise. It silences the critics. And the best part, you don't even have to say a thing. You don't have to respond. You don't have to argue. Because your success does all the talking. And while they wasted their time doubting you, you spent yours building something unstoppable. So let them watch. Let them see what happens when someone refuses to quit. Let them witness the power of resilience, of discipline, of undeniable results, because there is no better feeling than proving them wrong. And now you stand here, undeniable, unstoppable, unshaken, not because you told them, not because you argued, but because you showed them, because you refused to quit, because you turned doubt into fuel, setbacks into strength, and rejection into power. And now they have no choice but to watch as you rise. So keep going, keep pushing, keep proving, not with words, but with results. Because success isn't just the best response. It's the only one that matters. History is filled with people who were told they would never make it. The ones who were laughed at, rejected, and underestimated. But what did they do? They turned that doubt into determination. They refused to accept the opinions of others as their destiny. So when they tell you it's impossible, let them talk. When they tell you you're wasting your time, let them watch. Because soon they'll be saying, how did you do it? And that's when you'll smile. That's when you'll remember the nights you worked when no one believed in you, the sacrifices you made when no one was watching, the moments of doubt you pushed through, and you'll know without a shadow of a doubt, you proved them wrong. Not by arguing, not by seeking their approval, but by showing up every single day and refusing to quit. So don't waste energy fighting the doubters. Instead, thank them, because they just became the reason you're going to win.